On today's show, it's our favorite, the schedule prediction bonanza, going line by line, predicting every single game. We're not going to do that. But we are going to tell you why you should watch the Dallas Mavericks this season on today's Locked On Mavs. Stop it! Stop! The number one pick will go to the Dallas Mavericks. Cooper Flagg will fly in Dallas.
Dogs, all of us, all five.
You are Locked On Mavs, your daily Dallas Mavericks podcast.
No one's dying.
Part of the Locked On Podcast Network.
Still killing.
Your team every day.
Still killing.
Get a city like that.
And welcome to your Locked On to the Dallas Mavericks, your team every day. My name is Nick Angstadt, media member covering the Dallas Mavericks for 10 years. Thanks for being every day or making Locked On Mavs your first listen each and every day. That means 10 schedule prediction days. I've been covering the Mavs. This episode is brought to you by Monarch Money. Take control of your finances with Monarch Money. Use the code LOCKEDONNBA at monarchmoney.com for 50% off your first year. Joining me, as always, my co-host, media member, covering the Mavs for 10 years, right alongside me, the schedule prediction prince, the One More Thing King. What you got for me, Isaac Harris?
This is one of my favorite days of the whole year. I love it so much. I love the predictions. I love the, hey, in March, the Mavs are going to lose 4 games, and these are the 4 games.
Let me tell you, home for Cleveland, at Cleveland, right after a 5-game road trip, they're going to drop those.
Yeah, so Atlanta on March 18th, that has to be a win. But then when you go, you get a 3 days rest, and then you're at Clippers at home, that has to be a win too. So
it's only 2 days rest, so I think that it won't.
Yeah, so it's I mean, Golden State, they're probably gonna. I just love it so much. There is some information, it's always fun to see, especially us that cover the league and cover the Mavs. You diehard Mavs fans that watch every game and paying for all the streaming. It's a fun world.
This is our schedule. This is our schedule from October to April. Like you and I anyone listening to this show, you and I and Isaac, this is our schedule for that period of time in our life. And so it's important. So we'll talk about and break down all the fun things about the schedule. We'll talk about some easier stretches, some harder stretches. We'll talk about notable games. We'll talk about back-to-backs and national TV games and all that kind of stuff.
I got to say this real quick, though. I was sitting on the couch with my wife tonight, my pregnant wife, 3rd kid. And I was like, hey, so Luka comes to town like the week before the due date. Can you just hold it in? Can we? Because I really need to be at that game. So anyway, I was like, can we just not be in labor for that January 24th game?
You did not say we be in labor.
Oh, you cannot be in labor.
Let's start here, Isaac Harris. We want to talk about today reasons you should watch the Dallas Mavericks this year. Going through the schedule, reasons you should watch them. And I picked out things in person and things on TV. Reasons you should watch the Mavericks. And you got some reasons that Mavericks fans should go to games or watch them on TV. And I'm going to start with the most obvious one, the one that's plastered all over the Mavs, schedule release information, everything. To see Cooper Flagg's rookie year, you want to, especially in person, you want to be able to tell everybody, and you want to go see Cooper Flagg his rookie year. I'm going to do the thing. Remember when you said that you saw Luka in his rookie year, or if you're one of those people that saw Dirk in his rookie year, it's going to be like that, where you can say, man, I saw him his rookie year and this is what he looked like. You're going to want to see Cooper Flagg his rookie year, the things that he's going to be able to do, but also it's like having the rookie card, right? Like being able to say that you saw him in person, I think is a thing that is worth investing in and going to go see, especially in person, because I've seen him play in person now. And at Summer League, I saw him in person at the draft. He is a big individual, and the things he can do on a basketball court are special.
Yeah, I mean, it's everything like what you said. When you get a player like this, you want to be there at the beginning if you can. That first home game for him, although there'll be a couple there preseason wise under his belt, but that first home game regular season wise, with Wemby coming to town, the Spurs, and all of that, it's just going to be. That's just can't miss TV right there. And especially as a Mavs fan, you want to see how he stacks up, how he looks. Fingers crossed everybody is healthy at that time too, outside of Kyrie. So, yeah, I mean, you can't – that first game, you're going to see Cooper Flagg.
Absolutely. That's the number one reason to watch this team this season and to see him and to go see this team. I also want to say that I understand not everybody can go to a game. Not everybody lives in Dallas. Not everybody has the opportunity to. They're getting more and more expensive for sure. So also all this stuff goes to watch them on TV too. I mean, to watch Cooper Flagg's rookie year, it's going to be special no matter where you see it. But
and I'll say I think one of the an underrated like beginning game for me is that OKC game on October 27th.
yeah,
You know, you're a couple games into the season, so you got a little bit of the jitters out, and hopefully, you know, everybody's healthy at that point in the season, to where you're a few games in. You know, Cooper's got a few games under his belt, but like you get a little bit of a, I don't know, a little bit of a view or an opinion, a test of just where this vision stacks up against, you know, a team that is going to be the runaway favorite, probably at least in the Western Conference, probably the whole NBA to win it again. And, you know, what does the two double bigs look like against OKC? What does Cooper Flagg look like against a team like that? Just all of it. Also, I'm frozen on my side, and I'm like, it looks like I'm like singing with my eyes closed, and I'm enjoying it right now.
you're just loving the schedule. You're singing the schedule prediction praises. Yeah, that OKC game is the first one that, like, playing San Antonio and Wemby, the first game is going to be fun. There's definite reason to go there to go see Victor Wembanyama and all that. But that Thunder game is a big test early on of like, all right, what is Cooper Flagg made of? They've got defenders over there that are like smaller defenders that are going to test him in a big way. And I think that's one that's going to be really fun if you're able to go to that one or watch it on TV. It should be on League Pass. It's not on national TV or anything. And so you should be able to see that wherever you are watching these games, and we'll talk about that a little bit later. Also, that OKC game is in the stretch to start the season where it's 5 straight home games to start the year. So if you're like, hey, I want to go to a couple home games, maybe some of those first 5. It is the longest homestand to start a season in Mavs history. The Mavs PR sent that out today, and I thought that was kind of amazing because they have that game in Mexico City on Saturday, November 1st. So they stacked up some of the home games. Mavs will be home that whole time. They'll probably have some practices in between there too. And I think that's a really good stretch for the Mavericks. Like, I think that's really, especially for a team like this, bringing in a rookie that's going to have a big role like this, couple of new pieces, figuring out a new offense, probably, hopefully. Oh my gosh, hopefully figuring that out. And I think that having those home games stacked up at the beginning is going to be good for them. So I like that part of the schedule.
And you got to remember, I mean, not to go back to that first half, but that first half that AD played,
was the vision.
you know, we should be getting fully healthy Anthony Davis to start the season. So, you know, to see him, you know, to get an extended look then beyond that first half against Houston, and to get, you know, those games there at the beginning of the season, it's not just Cooper Flagg, but I'm tuning in to see a healthy AD and what does he look like, you know, coming out of the offseason. Is he wearing goggles? I don't know.
I had a long talk with the Locked On Lakers guys of like, why didn't he just wear goggles? They're like, let me tell you, we've been wondering the same thing. So I don't know. Maybe he will finally.
Kareem.
I'd be for it. Go for it, man. I'll take that one and say this is my next point as the reasons to watch the Mavericks in person. And this is for on TV too. This is a new era of Mavericks basketball. This is going to be different than anything we've really seen before. We've seen Steve Nash and Dirk Nowitzki. We've seen the Jason Kidd era, the faster offenses. We've seen the Don Nelson teams that were a little faster. We saw Luka with the heavy ISO. We've seen these different kind of eras. We have not seen this era of like the hustle plays, the fighting for rebounds, the defensive plays, the size they're going to have. And those kind of plays, the hustle plays, the rebounds, the defense, that gets a Mavs crowd going. And I think there's going to be a lot of those this year. And I think that is going to be an underrated fun thing this season, in person especially, when the Mavs get certain plays like that. Do you know the Mavs' best finish defensively in a season? Like in history? According to Basketball Reference, they have finished in the top 5 one time in their history. It was the 2017, the one that won the 67 games. They also finished in 6th in 2022. That team that went to the Western Conference Finals. That was their second best finish defensively ever in the history of the franchise. I did not realize that at the time at all. They finished 8th twice. That was 2011 when they won the title, and 2012, the year after that. They finished 9th 4 times, 2005, 2008, 2003, and then 1990, going all the way back there. Cleaning the Glass has it a little bit differently. They have them top 5 in 2008, the year right after, the 67 win season as well. But if anything, I think this could be the second time or third time this Mavericks team has ever been top 5 defensively, and could easily be the best defensive team this Mavericks team has ever had. It's a new era. It's like a different Mavs basketball.
It is a new era, and we got to see what it looks like on the offensive side of the ball. Defense should be a lot of fun. And like you said, too, with the highlights, like Cooper gave us a small glimpse in Summer League that he's going to try some things, all right? He's going to try for the monster dunks. And that's just something we haven't had in a long time, especially from one of your best players that is going to be able to go fly through the paint and just yam on somebody. He's going to have some massive blocks, and that's just going to have the AC just rocking in week 1.
Absolutely. Coming up, let's talk about other reasons why you should go see the Mavericks, including the atmosphere and specific games you need to watch on TV or wherever. Coming up. Today's episode of Locked On Mavs brought to you by our friends at Monarch Money. I love Monarch Money. It is a stress reliever for me to go through finances and to put everything in its place, to know exactly where my money is going. The peace of mind to know that, all right, I've got this money coming in. This is where I spent it. This is what I got left over to put in savings or to put in investments and all that kind of stuff. And you can do all that stuff with ease with Monarch Money. Most people can't name all their financial accounts or even what they're worth, whether it's a 401k, properties, investments. What a problem to have. And when you don't have the full picture, you can end up leaving money on the table. That's where Monarch Money comes into play. They have easy dashboards where you can just open it up and boom, there's all your stuff there. Even like student loans, mortgages, all that kind of stuff that is kind of like in a safe, secure spot where you can't just check on it easily all the time. You can check on it easily in Monarch Money, which is awesome. Don't let the financial opportunity slip through the cracks. Use Locked On NBA as the code at monarchmoney.com. The code is Locked On NBA, all one word. You get 50% off. That's half off. You get half off the entire first year at Monarch Money. You might as well try it right now. monarchmoney.com, code Locked On NBA.
Shut it down! Let's go home!
Dallas is going to get a seat at the table.
Thanks for hanging out with us on Locked On Mavs, being part of the show, part of the Raccoon Squad. That's what we call our listeners, listening every single day. We appreciate you for checking out the show. And if you want a seat at the table at Mavs games, we're going to tell you reasons why you should want those. The Dallas Mavericks it's going to be a different basketball team. Another reason why I think you should watch them in person is to see the size of this Mavericks team in person. Yeah. To see how big Cooper Flagg is, to see Anthony Davis, to see Dereck Lively, see Daniel Gafford, see PJ Washington, all those guys together. This is going to be a huge Mavs team, and they're going to match up against a lot of teams in ways that we have not seen a Mavericks team match up against teams like ever. And I think that's going to be it. It's fascinating to see these guys in person, to see how big they are. If you can sit close, or if you can come early and go and sit and watch warm-ups, like, it is worth it. Like, to see just how big these guys are and realize the stuff that they're doing at their size.
Yeah, and if it's going to have the mismatch that, the vision is going for, right? Like, I know a joke about it, but that is the vision they're going for. Like, they want the double big. They want that double
vision
big
reference, like unironic vision reference.
Well, it's one of the biggest things I'm looking forward to this season, because there's not too many teams out there that just fully go into committing, hey, we're going to run double big. And there's going to be moments that AD is going to play the 5 and stuff. Like, we get that, but they're going to try to do this double big thing a lot. And I mean, you got the Gafford extension, and not just the double big, but also having Cooper and then probably PJ backing him up at the 3. Like, I mean, that's a lot of size on the floor. So I think it's just one of my top things, especially at the beginning of the season. You go against Wemby in game 1, and it's like, all right, Wemby looks like an alien, but does their size, the collective size, do anything to hinder a guy like Wemby? You get OKC a few games later, a team that just won the title. Does your size combat some of their, stuff that they're doing on offense? Like, that's just, I'm just fascinated to see what that looks like early on, consistently.
Detroit is the 6th game of the season, and they play Jalen Duren, who is like, I don't know, 6'10", 6'9". Then they play, Tobias Harris, and maybe they'll play Beef Stew. Like, they're all kind of undersized bigs, and the Mavs are going to look huge against that team.
Yeah.
So, I got a couple other things for reasons to watch in person.
Yeah.
That's actually my last one for in person.
Mavs Man?
The in-game atmosphere. Mavs Man is part of it. The in-game atmosphere, I don't know. Maybe it's just because I've been going to games for so long now. There's something about hearing Sean Heath's voice, like bringing in the starting lineup, hearing Chris Arnold go, "You got time to get something to eat." Hearing DJ Shippy and the tracks that he plays, because we're gonna have all new warm-up songs probably for everybody, and we won't have we'll have different ones, and we'll get to see what Cooper Flagg wants to warm up to, and the rim mics. There's something about those rim mics, man. In person, any other time I go to another arena, I miss them. I miss the rim mics when the Mavs hit a shot or they miss a shot, and you just hear the clank so loud. Something about it, man. I hope they never get rid of that.
What's the order of the starting lineup on night one?
Let's go with the Klay one, right? Let's go with that one.
Yeah.
So the interesting thing about that one is Klay got introduced last when Anthony Davis was in the lineup.
Yeah, not again, no.
During the regular season, but I don't know.
I think it'll be like D'Lo first.
No, I think they'll do Cooper Flagg first.
Okay.
I think it's because I think sometimes teams will go like prominent, exciting new player first, and then like best player star at the end. It was Anthony Davis at the end.
So Cooper, D'Lo, Lively, Klay,
AD. That's how I think they would do it. That'd get. I mean, that's gonna be hype.
Yeah, I want to see the in arena stuff and new intro for starting lineups, and I'm excited about it.
Let's go. Speaking of atmosphere, the most unique atmosphere I've ever been to in a sporting event was Mavs Lakers, and here are the Lakers games. Mavs played the Lakers 4 times this year. The first one is at the Lakers. It's November 28th. It's a cup game. Talk about those here in a second. That one is on Prime though. I bring that up because one of my reasons to watch the Mavs on television is because on Prime, Dirk is doing those games. Dirk is doing the pre and post game, like what Kenny and Shaq and Chuck do. Dirk is going to be on those. He's doing 5 Mavericks games this year. And the very first one is that Lakers Cup game. Mavs versus Lakers, Dirk Nowitzki on the pre and post game. He's going to have to comment on everything going on. And we have not heard Dirk comment on all this very much. And he has been away from the franchise. And I think that is fascinating. And so that very first Lakers game, I will be tuning into everything that happens pre and post game for sure.
Yeah. I mean, get your streaming services lined out. All right. You got to line up for that. Nick, how many streaming services, if you want to watch every single Mavs game this year,
okay, wait,
what do they what does everybody have to be subscribed to?
Okay, let me do the streaming services thing. I'll go back to the Lakers games. Mavs have 23 national TV games. Reasons to watch the Mavericks this year. If you love puzzle games, because it's going to be a puzzle game to try and figure out how to watch every single Mavericks game with all the streaming services. There are 8 games on NBC and Peacock where you can, if you have Peacock, you can watch the game. If you have NBC on like cable or YouTube TV or something like that, you can watch those games. They got 5 games on Amazon Prime. You can only watch them on Amazon Prime. Now you can get Prime for like, what is it, like $6 a month or $8 a month or something like that. And there's only 5 of them, so you can pinpoint which ones you need. There's like, there's 1 in November, 1 in December. There's 1 in January.
Come on, guys. Y'all should already have
2
Prime,
in February.
right?
But if you don't, so if you don't, whatever. So there's 5 on ESPN, 3 on ABC. And those you can get with either whatever TV service you probably have, or ESPN has this new app that's going to be $30 a month. So you can do that. You can do that one. 2 games are only on Peacock. You legitimately have to have Peacock, the streaming service, to watch 2 Mavs games. The Detroit game, the Mexico City game, November 1st, and the Golden State Warriors game, the home game, March 23rd. You have to have Peacock to watch those games. So to have, what is it, basically $11 a month for Peacock, $15 a month if you have Amazon Prime in general. Mavs TV is the local thing to see all the other games. If you want to watch it streaming, that's $15 a month. Then if you want to do YouTube TV or like Tubi or something else, that's like either $80 or $30, or you could just do ESPN's new app, and that's $30 a month. So if you do all the cheaper options I just listed, that's still $71 a month to watch the Mavericks if you're local.
Let's go. It sounds like sometimes to break out some free trials for the Peacock. And so much stuff, man.
If you love puzzle games, figuring out how to watch the Mavericks. This is how it's been watching WNBA games, by the way, because I'm
going to be texting you like, hey, which one are we on tonight?
I know. I'm going to send it. If you want to, subscribe to our subtext, subscribe to our text line. I will text you in the morning every day where the game is on and how you can watch it. That is a service that we offer here.
Yeah, Johnny Bravo's got you, man.
You almost got it. It's Bravo. Almost. All right, coming up, I want to talk about the Lakers games because I think those atmospheres are super interesting. I got other reasons to watch the Mavs. Other reasons for this schedule is interesting. We'll do all that coming up. All right, Isaac, we're talking about the Mavs schedule. We're doing a line-by-line breakdown of every single game. We've gone through November, December, January. Let's get into February. Boston home, 7 p.m. start on a Tuesday. Like, Jason Tatum may be back by then. Like, I think this is one where we give it to the Celtics.
Yeah, well, yeah. I mean, you could go ahead and just like pencil that in. That affects the.
We're not doing that. We're not doing that at all. The Lakers game. So I talk about unique atmospheres for Mavericks games. The first Mavs Lakers game that's a home game for the Mavericks is January 24th. Monday, January 24th, and it's a Saturday. Saturday, January 24th, Lakers game, ESPN game on ABC. That's a unique atmosphere. If you can get to those games, it is going to be fascinating to see how people respond. I don't think it'll be as heavy as it was in the first one that we saw last season, but it'll be interesting. The other home game is April 5th. That one's an NBC game, but that one is like the 5th to last game of the season, and that one will be interesting too. Those are just unique atmospheres.
The thing that's a little tough is like I kind of wish that Luka to Dallas game was early on, to where you could maybe guarantee fully healthy teams, to where there is a path, to where there's some injuries that affects that game. And what if Dallas is short-handed or something? And then it's like, oh, this is miserable.
Or Kyrie made a miraculous comeback. He's back.
Yeah, and because that's what near the halfway point of the season, somewhere through there. But
yeah.
A
couple of the reasons to watch on television. The Mavs. There's a word I want to use here, but I'm not allowed to use the word.
Whoa.
I'm going to say spit instead of the word that I want to use.
Risque.
The Mavs are spit stirrers. They have some guys that are going to be fun to watch. Najee Marshall, PJ Washington standing on business. Gafford gets into it. Lively gets into it. AD will get into it with guys. And Cooper Flagg will get into it with guys. Seeing Cooper Flagg like talk trash to people is going to be fun. Like, this is a team of a bunch of guys that I think that camaraderie and that the Mavericks all going at different people and like calling out people on the other team, like that is going to be fun, I think, for this team. Like they specifically have those guys that the Mavs have not had guys like this in the past, like this many, I don't think.
Yeah, and when you have a guy like Cooper that has the target on his back as the number one pick, he's hyped up and all this stuff. Like, other teams are gonna go at him, they're gonna yap at him and all the stuff. So he'll yap back probably, but also he'll have some teammates that'll back him up too. So there should be some fun moments in that. And Cooper's going to be able to go head to toe with him on the defensive end, and have you ever
seen The Basement Yard?
No.
That podcast with the two dudes that just kind of like talk, and every clip, one of them just seems like an idiot, and the other one seems really well, they had a super cut of like a whole bunch of times when the one guy said a phrase incorrectly, and somebody sent it to me recently. A Mavs listener sent it to me and said, "This is you and Isaac."
Somebody needs to clip all that together. I had a couple small stretches here that I'm watching. One of the things I always look at with the schedule, it's not back-to-backs, it's not all the different like throughout the season for them, or the road stretch or the home stretch. One of the first things I always look at is the end of the season, because there's so much stuff. I mean, it feels like every year goes down to the wire at the very end of the season, the last few games. And even though you can't sit here and predict where every team is gonna be at in April, when you look at it and even just do the broad projection of, hey, we think this team is going to be shooting for the playoffs or trying for the playoffs. Almost all of those teams outside of Chicago, we think will be trying for the playoffs at this point right now, with
at
Orlando
the end of the season?
In April.
Phoenix will not be.
I'm higher on them than some people, but you look at it and say you have the Magic, Lakers, Clippers, and Spurs. I personally think the Suns will be trying hard. They don't have their pick, so like they don't have
Kevin Durant, and we're not trying hard last year.
I think that they'll be a little bit better. I think they'll be a playing team. But anyway, I just look at it and say it's not like you're looking at the end of the season and be like, oh, sweet, we have Chicago, Charlotte, Washington,
Brooklyn.
Utah, Brooklyn, and all of that. So that's just something I look at. And the other thing I look at too is one of the games that you can't predict yet that I think is a must watch is the Kyrie return game, because I think he does come back this year. But when you think Kyrie could come back, and I just looked at like March 1st. If you look at March 1st to the end of the season, there's 22 games left and 13 out of the 22 are on the road. So meaning like, hey, you play a lot of home games, especially in January. You play some home games early on. You get a lot of home games through that first part of the season without Kyrie. And I think that's the way I would want it, probably, because you want every advantage you could possibly have without Kyrie on your team. Is like, yes, give us more games at home, so hopefully we can win some more. And then Kyrie can hopefully come back for that final stretch of the season and go on some of these road trips.
I think he'll come back Friday, March 6th. It's at Boston.
I don't think it's that one, probably.
Can't imagine it's that one. I have one more reason to watch the Mavs on TV this year.
Yeah.
It's maybe my favorite one. Mark Follow is the best local play-by-play guy in the game.
Yeah, I mean, that's not even a debate. Yeah.
Not even a debate.
And we both watch League Pass a lot, so.
Correct. I do game night every night throughout the season. I'm watching multiple games. I do game night. We do game night on every night, but I do it on Monday nights. I'm watching games all the time, and it is like sometimes if I have to watch a Rockets game, I mute it. Like I mute it. I can't even.
I mean, I will say I mute ESPN games a lot of times too, but
fair. Okay, I got a couple other notable games.
Okay, go for it.
Home opener and season opener is October 22nd against the Spurs. We kind of talked about that one. That's big. I mean, it's a division rival. It's Wembanyama versus Cooper Flagg, Dylan Harper versus Cooper Flagg, Anthony Davis in there too. That's a big one. November 1st, the Pistons game is in Mexico City. We knew this one already, but that's kind of interesting that they're playing in Mexico City. It's a Pistons home game technically, and so it doesn't take away a Mavs home game, which is awesome. Mavs have a Christmas Day game. We talked about this already, but Mavs at Warriors Christmas Day. And then March 23rd, Mavs home for Warriors. Peacock exclusive. Only on the Peacock app. NBA Rivals.
You get the NBC theme though. That's freaking awesome. I'll subscribe to Peacock just for that.
I mean, I just thought it was funny that it was Rivals Week, Mavs versus Warriors.
Don't get me started on Rivals Week. I tweeted out it's Cavs Hornets. It's an all-time rival.
One of the Mavs Lakers games isn't during Rivals Week, which also is kind of weird, but I guess sure.
Just now, I guess.
Yeah.
I had two small things real quick. One, and I mean this is kind of brutal if you're trying to just erase all the Luka stuff right now from your mind. You're like, I'm so sick and tired of it.
They're not listening to this show anymore.
Or they just see the thumbnail and comment. The All-Star game and All-Star Weekends in LA. And
oh my God, I forgot about that.
One, the Mavs play the last game they have before the All-Star break is at the Lakers. So you're going to play at the Lakers on like Wednesday or Thursday. And then probably leave Cooper there.
Definitely Cooper Flagg for Rising Stars, at least.
And AD, for hopefully.
Sure. Hopefully.
You leave them two there for All-Star Weekend. But, I mean, guys, it might be unbearable for Mavs fans because they're going to let Luka just host the whole weekend in LA. It could possibly be LeBron's final one in his retirement tour. Let's
be clear, though. Love our guy, Luka. He does not care about that All-Star game.
No, he doesn't. I'm just saying it's going to be he's going to be trotted out for everything the whole week. He's going to be the face of the weekend.
He's going to put up 40 in the All-Star game.
Unless I don't know. Have you seen the pictures this summer?
He does not care about that game.
What? The only thing about that is if LeBron comes out at some point and just says, "Hey, like this is my last season," so then it becomes like LeBron's last All-Star Weekend.
He does it for him, maybe
in LA. So then he's the like face of it and stuff. I'm already kind of looking at me like, "Woof, tough weekend for the anti-Lakers crowd," which is me. And and I always want to say this when it comes to schedule stuff. If you have a chance to get to some games, there are a couple players that I think, hey, if this player's in town, I gotta be there.
Yeah.
And for me, it's 4 players. It's just 4 players. I mean, there's of course some teams and stuff that come into town, and I kind of took Luka off the list because yes, you got to be there if Luka's there. But there's 4 players. It's Giannis, Steph, Jokic, and Wemby, and
it's a good list.
It's just like they're all unique in their own way. You can't miss them because of their own things. Giannis and Wemby is obviously like a physical force thing, and how tall and crazy. It's just to see it in person. Like, how are we the same species? See Steph, like, this is towards the end of Steph's career. Like, he is one of the best players ever play. To see his pregame routine, to see what he can do on the floor at his size, if you've never seen it, you got to see Steph Curry in person. And then Jokic is just such an anomaly. It's like, you just got to see a guy like that moves like that.
To see how slow he is, and then to see how precise he is on his passes and shots and touch at the rim is wild.
No, yeah. I never forget when he walked past me one of the first time I see him play in one of the back tunnels, and he's just like carrying his stuff, just not a care in the world. He's just like lumbering around. I'm like, you're legit one of the best players in the league. It's like, so anyway, those are 4 players. I'm like, if you can outside, I'm obviously put Luka and LeBron on there
for sure.
LeBron, the all-time great. If you have never seen LeBron in person, you got to try to see him in person before he hangs it up. One of the best.
That is the nicest thing you've ever said about LeBron on this podcast or any other.
I can at least understand his like impact greatness for the all-time of like basketball. He's just not the best, and he's annoying.
Question that. Sometimes I question if you have capacity to do that.
He's the second best player of all time. There you go. Like,
wow.
Yeah. I don't think it's hard to argue against that.
I mean, it really is. If you do the Russell thing where you're like, well, he won the 10.
Nah.
Like, okay.
I used to have Kareem there, but
Kareem, one of the best basketball players of all time, like start to finish.
Yeah.
The Mavs do have 14 back-to-backs. However, it is not leading the NBA. There are 5 teams with 16: Sixers, Nuggets, Suns, Hornets, Wizards. There are 7 teams with 15: Clippers, Raptors, Blazers, Pelicans, Warriors, Heat, Jazz. Mavs have 14, so it's not like they are getting destroyed by the schedule on this necessarily. They do have 5 that do not require travel, which is nice too. That is not a lot. That means they have 9 back-to-backs that do require travel, and those are tough games. Like, those are some of the ones where you look at and be like, this may be a schedule loss.
Yeah.
I'm not going to go through them because that's not what we do here. We have made fun of that enough on this show.
Yes, we have.
The Mavs play these teams 4 times throughout the season. And I think they get kind of screwed with the teams they play 4 times in the West this year. Their own division, the Spurs, we expect to be good. The Grizzlies will be competitive. The Pelicans want to be competitive. We don't know what they're going to be. And the Rockets are expected to be good. That sucks. Yeah. The Mavs also play the Lakers 4 times, who are going to be good. The Clippers, who are going to be good. The Nuggets, who are going to be good. The Timberwolves, who are going to be good. Like, that is kind of brutal. That the bulk of your schedule there is made up by teams that are expected to be good.
Yeah, that is tough. Yeah.
Very tough. The Mavs have 1 2:30 game that starts at 2:30.
Wow. Who's that against? Is that at home?
I went through and I sent a bunch of texts to our text line, joinsubtext.com/LockedOnMavs. And one of them was just like start times, because I just thought it was interesting going through. There's the 1 2:30 game. It is, where is it?
Where the crap is that?
Now I can't find it.
Oh, there it is.
Sunday, March 15th at Cleveland.
Dang, it's a away game.
A Cleveland afternoon game, which is weird. And the Mavs play home against Cleveland 2 days before that. That's kind of strange.
Need some early tips to take the
They have 5 4 p.m. games.
Let's go.
That is strange.
Is the only home 4 p.m. game Utah? Literally the worst team to go see.
Saturday, January 17th, Utah, 4 p.m. Like, I could not figure out why that was at 4 p.m. at all. There's got to be some kind of Stars game or something that day.
I guess we'll go see David.
Yeah, we're going to go see David Locke.
One more thing that I'll just add. It is the 45th season in Mavericks franchise history, so they're going to do a lot of commemorating this season. They have some fun things planned to bring in some of the past and stuff, and we'll get a jersey out of it. So can't wait for that reveal and all of that, which it's always fun whenever we get an old school jersey.
One more thing. The Mavs start their season. 13 out of their first 18 games are at home.
I wrote down that. Yeah, that's crazy.
You mentioned that it's home heavy to start, but that is home heavy. Like 13 out of 18 games is nuts.
Yeah, because you have that, and then you look at January.
And then if you look at where they travel in those, you've got the Mexico City game, which is like not that far compared to like Portland or Boston.
True.
You know, Houston, not far at all. Memphis, not that far. Washington, not great. Minnesota, not great. But still, that's your only travel. The first, like from October 22nd till November 22nd. For a month, they're only traveling to those cities. That's kind of wild.
Do you care any more or any less about the NBA Cup?
The Mavs in the NBA Cup this year will play the Grizzlies, Clippers, Pelicans, Lakers. I don't know. I care if the Mavericks will win those. If they win those games and then they're going to participate, then I will care. I'm not going to care until then.
Okay.
So
yeah, I'm like indifferent on it. I'm like, sure, don't care.
I guess I'm the same way.
Yeah. Playing stuff, I have firmer opinions on. That's stupid. But
Now, see, I love the play-in.
yeah, I know you do. You love it.
The Mavs wouldn't have had those games. The Mavs season would have ended too quick last year.
Too quick. You
Or
really,
maybe
those two games just really did it for you.
a little bit early. I would never have gone to Memphis and didn't have a playing game.
Yeah, that was a good one.
There you go. That's our schedule breakdown bonanza. Thanks for hanging out with us. Again, subscribe to the text line 214-643-8637. There's a link in the description wherever you're watching this. We'll be back on Monday with more. Thanks so much for listening to Locked On Mavs.
Peace out.